Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie, I am the Introverted Reader, and today's video we're gonna sit and talk about Sunrise on the Reaping by Susanne Collins. I didn't take any notes, I probably should have, but I'm just gonna talk about what I remember, just how I felt overall about the book in general, and obviously if you're not familiar, which I'm sure a lot of you are, it is another book set within the Hunger Games world, but this one centers around Haymitch in his life before and his Hunger Games that he went into, because as we all know, if you read the original trilogy, he was the previous victor for District 12, so, and he trained Katniss Everdeen so that she could go in. So yeah, that is it, and it might be hard for me to talk about this without maybe mildly spoiling some things. I'm gonna try my best not to, but if I need to talk about something, then I'll just hold my hand up. And y'all can like mute the video till I put my hand down, okay? But I'll give you a warning beforehand, I promise. Anyway, so Sunrise on the Reaping. Wow. Okay, so first of all, I I didn't plan on reading this when I did, if I'm being for real with you. Like I knew I wanted to read it, but then I was like But then I was like, do you know what? Everybody's reading it right now. I'll wait until the hype dies down a little bit and then I'll get to it. But then I was just like, no, do you know what? I'm so scared about being spoiled, because obviously we live here in the socials, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, I just need to like, I need to like read this now or everything is going to be ruined for me forever. Although I will say as well, I've got a little bit of a bone to pick. Yous all could have told me that I needed to have read Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes before getting to this one. I did not know that until I was like over halfway through Sunrise, and I was like, well, too little too late now. So but I am gonna read Songbirds and Snakes at some point. Just mostly because I hadn't heard the best things about that one, because that one is all about President Snow and nobody gave a fuck about him, you know what I'm saying? And I just, everybody was just like, it's about President Snow, who cares, who cares, who cares? But I will read that at some point, and hopefully some of the things that happened in this one might make a bit more sense, blah, blah, blah. So, and I am going to plan to read the original trilogy again at some point. But anyway, we're here to talk about Haymitch. Now, obviously, we all know, if you're familiar with the Hunger Games, you know that things are about to go down. Like, if you are chosen, it will not end well for you. And one of the things I truly adore about just the whole, like, Hunger Games world in general is just Susanne Collins doesn't hold back. She doesn't hold back at all. She's just like, these are children and they're being sent to their deaths, and we're all meant to believe that it's all fun, or that they're doing, they're sacrificing themselves for the greater good, and doing all this. And listen, it is no accident that she wrote and published this book now, like right now in this day and age with all the BS going on, do you know what I mean? It's not an accident. Oh, it's not an accident whatsoever. And listen, when I tell you, I couldn't put this book down. Like, I had Sunrise on the Reaping finished in 2 days. Started it on a Sunday and read as much as I could that day. Then obviously, we have to get up and do things because the adult life must be lived. But then I picked it up again the Monday, and that Monday morning I finished it. And then I just sat on my bed and contemplated my life. And like, there's a reason why everybody is sobbing by the end of this, because wow, does Susanne Collins know how to turn in the knife? Like, ooh, like the knife will already be in there, and then something else will happen, and it's like she's just twisting it around and around and around, and you have no choice. Because you have to keep going, because you need to know. And Haymitch, when I tell you Haymitch Abernathy is officially Like, I loved him in the original trilogy, and then obviously I rewatched the movies a while ago, and Woody Harrelson's portrayal of this broken man was just mwah, top tier, my friends, top tier. It was just beautiful, beautifully written, everything about it. And right, we're gonna talk about some things. I need to talk about some spoils. So if you don't want to be, then you can vacate the video now and go about your business. I'll see you in my next one. But for those of you that have, can we talk about the fact that Haymitch wasn't even the one that was originally chosen to go in? Like, they choose the two girls, and then they choose one boy who's called Wyatt, and then they pick another boy from a completely different household, not Haymitch. Haymitch isn't chosen. And then that wee boy runs away, gets shot, gets his head basically blown off. And then they're all like, oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Because they have to keep up the propaganda, don't they? They have to keep up the propaganda, don't they? Listen, if you thought you despised the Capitol in the original trilogy of The Hunger Games, you will despise them even more reading this one, because wow. And so anyway, kid gets shot, and his mother runs over to try and help him, and then Lenore Dove, Haymitch's girlfriend. Don't even talk to me about her. Actually, don't even talk to me about her, because I will break down. I will crumble. She runs over, and then Haymitch gets scared for her, so he runs over to try and assist. And then the peacekeepers just grab him, and they're all like, you, what's your name? And he's like, Haymitch Abernathy. And I was like, right, we'll pick you instead. Let's just reset, and let's just go. And like, he got chosen by default. By default. I feel like it's stupid me keeping my hand up, because I'm going to assume that those that don't want spoiled have since left. So it's just me and you now. But I give you a warning. I give you all a warning. And if you're still here, it's not my fault that you stayed. All right? It's not my fault, because I'm not keeping my hand up the whole time. I know I said I would, but I'm just going to say, if you don't want to be spoiled, just leave. You don't want to be spoiled, just leave. And can we talk about Maisie for a second? That wee girl. Oh, that wee girl. I want to give her a medal and a trophy and all the bunches of flowers in the world. When she smacked Drusilla, I clapped. Like, Drusilla, first of all, there's not enough words in the English language to describe my hatred for that woman. Can I just point that out there? Like, hate her. Burning passion. Like, and just, I can't. Anyway, Maisie reads Drusilla all the way to the ground about her outfit, and then some. Like, she read her all the way 6 feet under, okay? And then Drusilla smacks Maisie, and Maisie just whoop-ah across the face. I literally went, yes, absolutely yes. And these kids, I can't. I don't even know who could play Maisie and all them when they make the movie, because you know they're gonna make a movie about this book. You know they're gonna do a movie of this book. What is your dream cast for the 4 tributes? Like, who is gonna play Haymitch? That's the main thing. Who's gonna play Haymitch? Like, I'll say this, if Jamie Campbell Bower wasn't in it, maybe. But, like, Jamie's not a teenager anymore. They would need someone young, wouldn't they? Because Haymitch is 16 and Jamie's, like, 34. So that wouldn't work. But anyway, in my head, if Jamie was still a teenager, I'd be calling for Jamie to play him. But anyway. Y'all. This book had me in bits. Absolute bits. Like, Lenore, like, and the fact that, like, when Haymitch was driving away on the train, and they didn't do what Poltark told them to say goodbye to each other and be all emotional on camera. No. They had their own moment. They had that moment for themselves, and the Capitol wasn't taking it from them. And I just, I loved it. I loved it so much. Luella, like, y'all, don't even get me started. That whole section, it all happened so quick. 1 minute, we're on a chariot and then some idiot throws a firework into and then boom, and then Luella. And then he just places her body in front of President Snow and goes, well done. That was you. You did that. We don't see a whole lot of President Snow in this. I don't remember seeing a whole lot of him, even in the original trilogy either. Like, yeah, they talk about him. And obviously they do meet him when they go, you know, for like the chariots and stuff. And, you know, but it's really only as it goes on that we get more of him. And obviously in the movies, you know, they have scenes with him and stuff. Obviously in a movie you can do that, but obviously in a book, you know, can't really do that. But oh Haymitch was not afraid. Haymitch was not afraid. And like when he said he wasn't much of a drinker, oh, that broke me in half. That broke me in half. The short of it is, this book broke me in half, and I don't know what to do. I didn't know what to do with myself after. Like I said, I sat and contemplated my life choices, and for the next 2-3 days, I couldn't think of anything else apart from this book. And yes, I rewatched the movies during the week there. I just watched Mockingjay Part 2 the other night and sobbed. Well, it like just sat there just being like, oh my gosh. Like, I forget how gut-wrenching this whole story is. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's YA. Like, I'm so shocked that it's just like, yeah, your protagonist might be a teenager, but that doesn't mean that you can't, you know, like Suzanne Collins does not hold back in these books. She doesn't hold back in this one, and she didn't hold back in the original trilogy either. Like, because it's just like I just said, these are children. They are children, and they're being sent to their deaths. And we're all meant to think like, oh, they're sacrificing themselves for their greater good. Like, they're doing a service to their country, and, you know, they're doing whatever. And it's like, no, I can't. And when they brought him back, whenever he came back, after, like, winning the whole thing, and the coffins of the other 3 were just, like, shoved off. Like, they kicked him off the train and then basically threw the other 3's coffins onto the... It made me angry. Like, it made me angry. It made me so angry. This book made me sad. It made me angry. It just... like... I wish I had a physical copy that I could have annotated it, but no, I read it on my Kindle. And I'll probably read the original trilogy again on my Kindle, because I read it for the first time many moons ago on my Kindle, so I feel like it's coming full circle. I'm reading them on my Kindle again. So I'm going to shut up because I've talked your ear off for a while. But if you've read this, leave your thoughts about it in the comments. Maybe try and keep it spoiler-free in case there's maybe people around. But like I said, I gave you a warning in this video. Don't be atting me. Don't be atting me if you're still here and you haven't read it yet. But yeah, I'm gonna stop. All my socials are in the description, as always. Blue Sky, Instagram, and TikTok. It's all there. And you can subscribe to this channel as well if you want. My next video will be on Tuesday. Don't know what that video will be, but it'll be something. But anyway, I hope you're all having a great day. I love you all. Bye.